The Buffalo Bills are set to do battle with the Niners tonight, a primetime game, looking to get to 10 wins. I think there's even some possible playoff clinching scenarios for the Bills against a struggling Niners team, which I think we're going to roll through with ease. Everyone, let me know your predictions of the game and thoughts and everything like that in the comments below. But a big question about tonight's game is this state of emergency that Western New York is in with all this snowfall. There was a lot of talk yesterday about 3 to 4 feet of snow coming down. And from my understanding, near the stadium in Orchard Park, it looks like 18 and a half to 20 inches of snow. So like a foot and a half to 2 feet, and things have mellowed out and there hasn't been much more snowfall today, I believe. Anyone up there, hit the comments and let me know what it's looking like, what your thoughts about it are. Anyone experiencing it firsthand, as I've been out of the lake effect snow zone for a long time, but I still miss Western New York, man. There truly is no place like home, the greatest place on earth. I feel like people always want to run away from there, man, but it's a great place. It's often many people don't appreciate it until they're gone out of there, So all in all, with the way it's looking now, it wouldn't be too bad, right? The snow fell. It's going to be cold as hell, snow flurries, looking like it's going to be 20 to 30 degrees come nightfall for this game. Wind flurries, wind chill factor and all that. But what's even more wild is it seems there's going to be another snowfall forecasted before game time. And the AccuWeather people and all that are trying to figure out if it's going to hit or not. They're thinking the winds might shift a little bit where it won't necessarily hit Orchard Park where the Bills play as hard. So we'll have to wait and see if that second snowfall hits before the game. That could be crazy, man. The way I was hearing it all yesterday, I was thinking we could have another one of those situations where, like back in, 2014 or 15, that Jets game had to get moved to Detroit, where Scott Chandler did the snow shovel celebration. That was lit, man. But I think all in all, it looks like they're gonna play, and it is what it is. So should be a pretty crazy game with the wins and all that. Will we see the Bills and the Niners offenses have to adjust and run the ball more? I don't know. Everyone, let me know what you think about it all. But something a lot of people are taking notice of, which is a little surprising to me, is the Bills. The big news here, which I covered in the video already, but this is huge, is Matt Milano, one of our best defenders, one of the best linebackers in the game of football. Dude gets his flowers, but at the end of the day, he's kind of underappreciated a bit, I guess. He's had some injuries though, last year getting hurt in the London jet lag game, and then this year getting hurt right before the season jumped off. Not what you want to see from a guy like Milano, a ball hawk, a playmaker, but it's great the Bills got him back, and we'll see how they go about using them tonight. Everyone, all my Bills fans, let me know if you think they should ease them into it, or you think they will, or what. It's a crazy game, crazy set of weather conditions to come back, man, but that's the big news there. But you see also, people have taken notice that the Bills made a transaction at quarterback, Mike White from the practice squad, who used to play for the Jets, a pretty good quarterback, all in all, decent. Is going to be on the active roster. So it seems they're going to have Josh Allen, Trubisky, and Mike White. And there's all these questions where people are like, is Josh got some kind of injury we don't know about or whatever? Or does Trubisky, why did they want to add a third quarterback? Why is Mike White on the active roster? I don't know, what is everyone's thoughts about that? Why the Bills have done that? And you see also they elevated tight end Zach Davidson and defensive tackle Dwayne Carter, Lil Wayne, with a wrist injury, has been downgraded out. So there's pretty much all the updates leading into this game. So everyone, share your predictions, your thoughts, the weather, all that. Bills, Niners, like I said, I think we're going to win this one easy and get to 10 wins. And man, just keep pushing to get that number one seed in the AFC East, which is everything. You know, I keep pointing out in videos that the Bills were sitting at number one a few years back when that horrible situation happened with Damar Hamlin. We were number one at that point in time, and things went how it went. They had to adjust and swerve with the schedule, and we missed out on a game. It was what it was. And I don't know, like this year, the way everything's coming together, I think we get that bye, that number one seed, and we push on and get to that Super Bowl and win it. What an exciting time to be a Bills fan. And with all that being said, one more thing I wanted to cover before I get up out of here is something that's been getting some headlines as far as the Bills. You see this recent report about the Bills' worst trades ever, right? You see they're highlighting 4 trades, and the first one is Rob Johnson. You know, after Jim Kelly was out of town, Todd Collins was the starter for 1 year. Wasn't it crazy that Todd Collins was still with Washington in like 2010 or 11 playing in the playoffs when their quarterback got hurt? Like, he had a long career, and he probably should have stuck around 1 more year as the Bills starter, because Rob Johnson was straight up garbage, trash, sucked, robo-sack. And he played 1 good game filling in for an injured quarterback with Jacksonville, and the Bills traded, like, I think first round pick or whatever it was, and gave him a bunch of money, a big contract extension, and he was absolutely horrible. And then to make it even worse, how he hurt the franchise was after Flutie came in, you know, being the underdog, taking us to back-to-back playoff seasons, especially the 1 year after Rob Johnson started out like 0-3, was about to go to 0-4. He got hurt. Flutie came in, came back, won the game, won 5 straight. We go to 2 playoff seasons, and just because Ralph Wilson was so in his feelings, R.I.P. Ralph, but this was a horrible move. And Wade Phillips later on stated that Ralph made him do it, was bench Flutie for Rob Johnson in that game that ended up being the Music City Miracle, which made absolutely no sense. And it was because he had given him so much. He's like, we got to try to get something out of him. It was stupid. It was asinine. And it definitely is one of the worst trades ever. Then you see they're talking about the Lynch trade, which he went to Seattle. That worked out so great for them. Won a Super Bowl. Had the Beast Quake play where he stiff-armed the entire New Orleans Saints players that were out on the field in that wild card game, and upset New Orleans, who the Saints got in at Seattle got in the playoffs that year like under 500, man. And it all worked out great for Lynch. But in Buffalo, it came down to the fact that Lynch had like ran over a tourist and got into some other trouble. So I think they just wanted to get him up out of town personally. Everyone out there, my Bills fans, let me know what you think. Then, you know, they mentioned 2017, in the draft, trading back 17 spots with KC, which they went on to take Mahomes. It all worked out the way it worked out. I'm happy we got Josh Allen. It is what it is. I don't know why we made a deal with them this year as well. Like, I'm glad we took Keon over Xavier, but like, why make a deal with KC? Why make a deal with the devil? I just don't understand the mentality there. But back then, we ended up essentially getting Tre'Davious White, who was a hell of a corner with us. Obviously got hurt 2 years in a row. I think he's in LA now. I haven't seen how his season's been going this year. But he was solid for us. You know, he just couldn't stay healthy. He did for quite a while, but back-to-back IR seasons. Deion Dawkins and Tremaine Edmonds. Edmonds was okay with us. He went on to Chicago. And Deion still in Buffalo, still a leader on that offensive line, and still bringing the swagger of the snowman to Buffalo. But ultimately, this is being highlighted in one of the top 4 worst trades the franchise has ever made. What do y'all think? Does it deserve to be up there? Where do you rate all these bad trades? Your thoughts? And then the last trade highlighted on here was Diggs, trading away the 22nd overall pick in 2020 for Diggs. It says the Bills were entering the 3rd year of Josh Allen going into 2020. And there was one thing that was missing, a true number 1 receiver. At the time, we had Cole and Smoke John Brown, who I thought was going to, it would work out lovely. The mismatches of Diggs coming to Buffalo, that Smoke would really, do well out of this, but he ended up being hurt a lot, not staying healthy. But he did come back with us in the playoffs, and Cole, and caught a touchdown too. And they were both reliable, but not looked at as a true number one. So Bean did what Bean did and made that deal with Minnesota and got Diggs, who we just traded to Houston after a couple years. And, we traded a 7th round draft pick. We got Diggs and a 7th, and we gave Minnesota the 22nd overall pick that year, a 5th and 6th round in 2020, and a 2021 4th round. And, he was here for a few years, and we sent him on his way to Houston. But do you guys think we gave up too much for Diggs, or do you think what we got out of him in those years was ultimately worth it? I don't know, but there y'all have it, man. Bills, Niners, the snow. Will they get hit with the second snowfall? What's the deal with that Mike White move and the worst trades? Let's talk about it all in the comments. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and I'm up out of here, y'all. Peace.